The silence feels so deep, but heaven gains your angel. Their soul is fast asleep. God promised us forever.
Who is that? Unity?
Yeah, that is Unity close to the picture. Hey, what is that mosquito?
I don't usually recall her really talking to him. I don't recall.
And those are the things that
Yeah, I don't
Miss your
recall her
dad?
really talking to him. You can see on the
I
camera.
miss him
footage
too.
for the part
You
I
miss
saw a
your
little bit
dad?
longer than they put out there.
Anything you want to say to him?
That they put out there, they made it so
I
fast.
love
and moving.
when
I
he
was like,
plays
it's so fast
with
and
me.
moving, like they sped it up a little bit.
You can say something else to your dad. Tell him you miss him.
Like that.
I miss him.
Man.
I miss him too. He
yeah.
did everything, all
I
the
didn't
things
hear her
he
say
teach
nothing.
me about books and stuff.
I wasn't hearing her
A lot of stuff. He take me a
So
lot
that
of
was
stuff.
and that's the problem.
Even when Mom
It
was
should be her having that conversation. If for
Dad
some reason
went to a hotel
that
to
doesn't
learn how
work,
to cook.
then you can have law enforcement try to interact.
They should have just left him. They did with John. And I told him I do not want people to get involved with this. And he called me.
Hey, beautiful.
He had no right to come in and
How you
try
doing,
to
beautiful?
and telling you what to do.
Hi.
If he didn't want to do it, he didn't want to do it. He
Hi.
wasn't in that day. They should have left him alone. Maybe he should have took his car and then
Yeah, I'm resting, huh? Yeah. Hey, I just didn't want her to fall down from there. Oh,
You know, it's my birthday today.
yeah, it's her birthday. You knew, huh? You could tell. You were like, I'm gonna go give her some birthday love.
So what we out here doing tonight, man?
Say something. For the memorial service of Cleveland White, he was our good neighbor. We will miss him. He was our neighbor down the hall, and we're glad we got to meet him. And you know, we were good friends with him. He's going to be really missed. Really sad tonight because you know it was really a good memories we had with him as good neighbors. Me and John and Deanna. Yep.
Thank you.
Well, we're here to support, the family of Cleavon White. He should be here. We're here with his beautiful significant other, Ms. Marbury, and their 5 children. From an NAACP, we take things like this seriously. Yes, he was dealing with some issues. We all deal with some issues. But regardless of that, he should still be alive. And what we're calling for is full transparency. We want to see all of the videos. We also have a lot of important questions. What were some of the things that were occurring before law enforcement engaged with him? What was the role of the crisis response team, or the role of the social workers? So those are a lot of questions that we're really interested in, because it really sheds light in terms of, it seems as if when it comes to people of color or folks that have, are dealing with mental health issues, we need to take it seriously. And so the police should not be the first response. Right? Now, there are a lot of unanswered questions that we don't know yet, and that's why we're calling for full transparency. So, but it's also important for people to have compassion for Mr. White, to have compassion for Stephanie, Ms. Marbury. There's going to be a lot of challenges they're going to be facing. There's going to be financial challenges. All of these beautiful 5 kids are under 8 years old. There's going to be a lot of significant challenges in the future. And so it's going to require community members. It's going to require, the county services, all of the services and programs that we have to really support communities. We want to see those in action. To make sure that these beautiful young kids, to make sure that she's supported. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be seeking for answers, and at the end of the day, we want full justice and transparency. And then that's sort of how we can heal. Because again, regardless of
You mad or calling?
whatever you might feel in terms of he should have done this or that, we know this for a fact: he should be alive, and he's not, and so we need answers.
I was thinking earlier, yesterday or earlier, when I was talking to Sister Jackson, right? And I said, well, okay, just say the people know that we're going to come out and do visuals, right? They know that we're going to post, right? And then they know we're going to go on about our life, right? So what we're going to do after all that's happening? Because I was telling her, I think is that if we can be able to contact or get in touch with people that have mental illness or whatever struggles, if they get to know us, that person can call us and say, my man, my woman, my kid is tripping. Can you come talk to him? Instead of getting the system involved.
Yeah.
So if we know just like we know the homeless people in our community,
Yeah,
why we can't know
yeah.
the people with mental?
Yeah, I think it's multifaceted. So what I would say is, yes, you are right. That is one approach. But even if you get engaged in the system, there has to be dignity, right? There has to be, and again, these are questions that we don't know. There has to be, is law enforcement the first response? When we know that for a fact that there were some mental issues, going on and stress. And so again, that's where, yes, community members can know and take, their own steps to support, but it shouldn't be on the community. Our programs, and services also need to be, to have that expertise to be able to de-escalate situations, to be able to make sure the proper support is there. So again, those are things that, BCA is still doing that investigation, which is appropriate, because that's a third party. Seeing all the cameras are going to be important. We want to know what happened beforehand. Were there any opportunities for de-escalation? Were there any opportunities for the social workers? So there's a lot of unanswered questions, but in terms of what you said earlier, yes, community members can help de-escalate, but it shouldn't be on the community. We need to have county services, social services, that is your role. So
Thank you, brother. And I appreciate what you're doing. So did you know him?
Down there always I see him on the gates.
Thank you for coming out supporting.
We're all family.
Yeah.
So what do you need? And again, I've talked to Bud, I've talked to Wanda, because we've been, this is the first time we're seeing each other, but we've been keeping in touch.
Feel longer, and the silence feels so deep.